Hi guys, DK here. I've been asked the question a couple of times recently about how I go about creating YAK deliverable Rhino plugins from my Grasshopper files. In particular, these how these work with a DKUI control window. And just today I have done some updates to my frivolous little Rhino MP3 Player project, and I'd like to create a new YAK file that I can upload to the package manager. So I'm going to take you through the process that I go about for that. So the first thing, or once I've updated my source code and I'm happy that this is the version that I want to compile, I now go to File, Save Document As, and inside of my working directory for this software, I run a compile directory, and in there I keep all the previous versions that I've compiled. So what I'm going to do is take the previous version, and I'm going to copy and paste back to the same directory, and then I'm going to rename. And today's date, and we can remove all of that copy from there. So once I've got that renamed, I then open it up. Now this file name that's in here, this is the actual name of the command that will be run when you try and call this this Grasshopper script. So it's important to get this naming convention right. So this is my working, this is all my source code name, but I need to save it as my command name. And yes, I do want to replace that. Now, from here, I need to open the Rhino Script Compiler. I have a shortcut on my that I've set up for this inside of Rhino, but I'll show you where that exists. So if we go to our File Explorer, and if we go to our installation directory for Rhino 8 and go to System, we can do a search for all the executable files here, and the Rhino Script Compiler is in this directory. So I'm just going to open that up. I can move that out of the way. So this is the script compiler, and I'm going to open a project I already have. So I'm going to go up one. This is the 5th of. This has opened the previous version, but I want to open the latest version and edit it. So I'm going to open this, and it's come up with some information that's been filled in from the previous from my previous compilation. But the first thing I want to change is my plugin settings, and I want to update the version, and I do year, month, day, and subversion is my version convention, and then this minimum Rhino version always defaults back to Rhino 7, but this is DKUI only works from Rhino 8 onwards, so I'm going to change this to 8, and everything else in there I can leave as is. And then I want to what we can have a look in here is the actual command settings. We'll have a look at author. This is just where I set up my my details in here. And then under command settings, our Grasshopper file is going to be this command here. And then I have a Python script which is also set up as a command. And I have a third Python script here which actually just says prints hello world. I use this for development and probably a little bit beyond what's needed here, but I use this as a way of forcing my plugin to open when I open Rhino, but not actually load anything except a little hello world. Can be useful if you're wanting to if you want Rhino to or Grasshopper to find your plugin and get like folder information, version information. But really, like I said, that's for development and beyond this this video. It's really these first two that are important. But what we need to see here is that our Grasshopper is actually a hidden command, meaning it won't show up or autocomplete as you actually type it in here, because to launch our Rhino MP3 player, I actually want to run a Python script that actually sets up our Rhino environment ready to launch this Grasshopper file. There's a few little hoops that are best to jump through to get a good user experience when it comes to your Grasshopper built plugin. And to that end, let's have a look at that Grasshopper or that Python file. So I'm just going to go back to, here's my Rhino MP3 compilation file, and we'll have a look at this Rhino MP3 Python. Now this will open up in on my machine. It opens up in Notepad++, but it's a standard Python 2 file. You could open this up in any text editor or code development environment. I'm not going to go too deeply into the details here, but what this code does is first check to see if our MP3 player is already running, and exits if it is. So I use some sticky dictionary flag for that. That just prevents you opening multiple copies of the same piece of code. I then get the installation directory of this particular plugin, and use that to prettify the message that comes up when as the plugin's loading. I then create a little ETO message box, just saying to the user to wait while the Rhino MP3 player is opening up. We have to open a copy of Grasshopper for this to work, and that takes a little bit of time, especially if the user has a lot of third-party Grasshopper libraries installed. So it's just nice to have a bit of a screen that comes up to tell you that. And then finally, this is where we're actually setting up our Rhino and Grasshopper environment specifically to run this compiled Grasshopper script. We open Grasshopper, and then we actually collapse it down or remove it from the user's view, and then we add the remote control panel to our Rhino instance. And this is important to sort of keep things alive, or keep our code alive. And then I sleep for a couple of seconds, and then I run the rs command that is our actual MP3, our actual this actual Grasshopper file as a Rhino command. So that's what that last line is here. I then set my flag to say that we're up and running, and I close the ETO window that was saying that we were to please wait while we're loading. So yeah, that source code I will, in fact all of the source code I'll put a link to in the description of this video, so you're able to go through and check it yourself. So yep, those are my commands. I'm going to enter to return out of here. So with that all set up, I can now hit build, and that's it. That's gone through, and our YAK file has been built. And I'll quit out of here, and I'm going to go back to our this is our our compilation directory, and we have this bin file in here. Now if we open this bin file, we will see we've got a new YAK file in the new with our new version number on it. I'm going to delete the previous one we copied in, and I'm going to rename this with a .zip extension, because the YAK file is in fact just a zip file with a different name on it. And inside of here we have a manifest file, and we have our actual Rhino plugin, our Rhino plugin file, this RHP. Now the manifest file that's in here is quite a simple one. I'll let that open up. Yeah, so this is just a very simplified manifest, and I prefer to actually add more detail to here. So I'll shift this out of the way, and if we go back up a directory, by renaming this to a zip, I can grab my own manifest file, which is this one here. I've added a description, I've added the name of an icon, I've added a URL. Again, I'll leave the source code and a link to the source code so you can see this. But this, in particular, things like adding this icon just gives this much more usability when it comes to the uploading to our package manager. So I'm going to grab that manifest and drop it onto the zip file, and yes, I'll copy in and replace. I have this icon, this PNG file. I'm also going to copy that in. And yeah, that is it. If we have a look here, that's now our complete complete YAK file. How I want it set up. I can simply now rename that, or remove the zip from the front of it, and we have a YAK file. Now the wonderful thing with YAK files is you can upload these as a plugin to the package manager. That's probably something I'll cover in a future video, but there are resources available online already to show you how to do that. But for, say, internal distribution or distribution to a customer, you can simply deliver them this YAK file, because if you grab this and drag it across, if you drop a valid YAK file onto any open Rhino instance and release, the package manager will actually install that as a new version. But I can actually see a mistake here. I didn't update my manifest. Let's have a look here. It's a trap. You see this version here? What I should have done, because in my custom manifest file, I needed to actually update that to the correct version number. So I'm going to save that. This is the problem with live coding. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to rename. Turn that back into a zip file. Copy in my correct manifest. Rename back to a YAK. Now, if I drag and drop this, we have successfully installed the correct version number. So that's just a trap. You've got to make sure your custom manifest is updated to the correct version of your file. So there we have it, guys. That is how to compile your DKUI controlled Grasshopper scripts into drag and drop deliverable YAK files or Rhino plugins. There is a lot more you can do from here. You can actually add things like RUI files. You can actually add user interface files to your YAK deliverable. You can put in libraries if you've got further requirements, like your own custom written Python libraries, that sort of thing, can all be added to the YAK file. If you have a look here, I have 3 different plugins for Rhino that I've got here. Two for commercial or external use, and 1 for a client. These are all shipped with these pull-down menus that actually install automatically when you drag and drop the YAK file onto your Rhino canvas or Rhino window. If you've liked what I've put across in this video, or you find this useful in your own workflow, you can, of course, click up with DKUI. You can always click on Buy Dave a Beer. If you just drop this component onto the Grasshopper canvas, it will open a browser window and take you directly to this PayPal account. You can feel free to, whatever this was worth to you, you're free to just throw it in there, and all contributions are greatly appreciated, and certainly motivate me to keep moving on improving DKUI and supplying more videos like this one. If you have any questions, you can leave those in the comments section below this video, or you can track me down on the Rhino discourse. I'm known as Kiteboard Shaper on there. Thank you very much.